Went live, baby.
So now I have to get out, or I have to copy the
Copy the share.
share.
Copy link. Yup. Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome, Patreon, to the second of many, hopefully, Patreon exclusive sales. We're going to give it a few minutes, people, to get in on here. It is now after 8 p.m. My watch says 8, Google says like 8:01, and we are personally enjoying a post-feed weekend smell of festive cocktail in our snake room. It's like getting drunk when you're not getting drunk.
Can you ask if how's the video?
How is the video quality? Kurt said I'm supposed to ask, how is the video quality? We should be doing good video quality now, we hope, although we're using his phone, not mine. And no, before you say a word, it's still not an iPhone, because we all think iPhone sucks, except for Question Girl, who loves iPhone, but not me. So you're getting now video from a Pixel 2 connected to the 5G Wi-Fi, hopefully. And hopefully everything else is disconnected, so you don't have enough crap on there.
People say it looks good.
Looks good. All right, how many people we got on there, Kurt?
24.
24. All right, guys, 25. Sweet. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait till about 8:05, give everybody a chance to log on. That's 8:03. We'll get to like 8:06. Give a few extra minutes to get people here. Then we're going to explain the rules of the sale, and then we're going to show you a few things, and we're going to have the sale. Okay? So we are getting to it. Things we're going to show you are going to be related to the sale. So, yeah. And then we'll show you the animal, and we'll show you the price. This will be different. This will not be a reverse auction this time. This is going to be a set price sale. So we're going to set a price, and hopefully it sells, because this is the only place I'm going to sell one of these that's cheap. I won't sell it this cheap anywhere else, and that's just the way it is. So yeah. All right. While we wait, I will show you some things that are involved in this sale. This is from clutch number 4, so we haven't filmed this clutch yet for release. And clutch number 4 was Apollo. Where is Apollo? Which is my big male who will breed a rope. I can find where I stuck him. That's one thing, is I'm still not used to where I moved everything around. So it was this guy here. Hey, not food. This big old boy, who is just starting to go into a shed cycle. Right? Look at that. It was him. Bred to. Oh, I will also show you today these snakes I posted a teaser pic of that we picked up, that we eat Chinese food with. I'll show those if we're out of here too. But it was him, and he was bred to one of our females right here, which is a big pastel female. You can still see she's putting weight back on. That is Demeter. She still looks a little skinny, but she is one that's always hard to get back started, and we have to kind of start her like mice and things and ASFs, and then she'll just take off and roll and do great. So that's currently where we're at with her. But I'm used to that. She does that every year, like clockwork. So that was the pairing, which also leaves open spiders, pastels, super pastels, and the creme de la creme being killer bees. Let me show you a killer bee from that pairing a few years ago. All right? And that would be this girl here. Now, she looks very thin because we posted the day we had 3 sets of eggs. Well, she was one of the sets, so she literally just laid. That's why she is so skinny. But this is a female that was produced in 2015, so she's 4 years old now, or 3 years old now, and they grow really fast. They're big babies. She's also produced 2 clutches for me already, including this year where she laid, I think it was 9 eggs. So,
Someone asked, why did you call her Demeter?
Oh, the one, Demeter, when we were really new at this, we were just kind of starting out, and I had just a handful of snakes. I was trying to grow my Facebook. This was before we ever did YouTube or anything like that. We did a naming contest on our Facebook page, and the one that got voted on and won was Demeter, because she's about Demeter long. And it also still fits with mythology. So that's how she got the name Demeter. She got the name Electra because she was just electric when she came out. So anyway, that is the pairing. All right, so before I pull out the snake, let's go over the rules. Obviously, this is for $5 subscribers and up. This is one of the monthly Patreon flash sales we promised to do. This will be for July. We already did one for June. And, of course, we'll do one in August, September, all the way on down through, right? So that's what this is. This will not be a reverse auction. This is going to be a set fixed price. And will be the first person to say sold, same thing. We'll have so long to put the deposit down on my PayPal. and then it's theirs. The price will include shipping. One thing I want to point out, somebody asked us the other day, we had bought one on a flash sale, and they'd also bought another snake, and they weren't they could combine shipping. Yes, you absolutely can, as long as we can fit it all in the box, which is usually 2, sometimes 3 snakes if they're small. After 4, I'm going to have to break those up into separate shipments. Now, oh, we got a knock on the door. Let's see who's here. Come on in. Oh, look at this. Oh, sweet. What this is hand delivered for me and camera guy. You don't want one?
I'm filming this.
Oh, we just got hand delivered s'mores. Well, I'm gonna eat this platform. I just don't give a shit. Yeah, he'd be fine.
Okay.
Of course, I stick the first one out there. Anyway, God, where was I? This is really good. Yeah, back me up. Where was I, Kurt?
You're talking about
Oh, the rules,
shipping.
right?
Shipping.
Right, shipping out. And the shipping is this. Like, let's say you win an auction. We factor in about $50 shipping cost into these auctions. So if you have another snake you've won, what you'll pay is the shipping that goes above that $50. So let's say you bought a snake from us and we gave you a shipping quote of $54, okay, and then you win this special flash sale with shipping included. What we can do is we'll add in your snake into the shipping. It'll have to be a bigger box, and usually it's going to be about $65. So your shipping charge total would be $15 for both snakes instead of the $50 the original. Because we're not going to make you pay more when you win one of these. I don't think that's fair or right. So you're going to end up paying less. Hopefully that makes some sense. Does that make sense at all, Kurt?
Yes.
Okay. Let's show you a snake. I'm just going to set this down right here. Eat more of that later. All right. It's time.
So the rules are the first person to.
Right, first person, and then they have 5 minutes to pay for it, or pay the deposit, which is 50%. Also, for those of you who are new, one of the things that you have to be in order to win one of the monthly sales or hit the pre-buys is you have to have been billed 1 month, successfully billed for 1 month at a $5 level or higher. The reason for that is to prevent people from coming in, because Patreon always bills the end of the month, right? Buying something, winning one of these out, contributing to the community, then dipping out. So that way anybody who's winning these has contributed to the community to make this community strong and to allow us to do this. So it's to be fair to our members who have been here. That's why we set that rule in place. So,
Someone asked, do we get a $5 off each snake we get?
on multiple snakes, usually you do get $5 off per snake. So if you bought 2, you get $10 off, 3, you get 15, 4, you get 20. On these Patreon specials, they're not included in that normal part. I mean, so if you bought, say, 3 snakes, 2 of us were on pre-sale or whatever, you'd get the discount for that. Patreon ones usually aren't included because the price is already
No.
very heavily discounted.
He
Let's
says-
say that.
Okay.
So, that's why. All right, the number up for auction today will be 180403. This is going to be a male. The last we did was female. All right, let me show you the snake and we'll talk about it a little bit. It is a killer bee. This one in particular has already had 2 meals, so it needs 1 more meal before it's able to ship. But that shouldn't be a problem. Once we got it started, it'll do fine, I'm sure. I'll go ahead and stick it on a scale for you guys. So maybe my crappy scale will work. There we go. And you can see it's already sitting at over 90 grams now, and that's with 2 meals. And these were very, very large babies, so that is not surprising. It is eating currently on mice hoppers. So what you get in a killer bee is a super pastel spider. That means every baby from this animal will have spider in it, or sorry, will have pastel in it. Half the babies will get spider in it. How can you tell it's a killer bee, you say? Well, let me show you. I will show you that. This is a bumblebee. All right. When you put them together, these are siblings. Okay. Look at the difference in the blacks. That is a telltale sign right there. You're dealing with a killer. Look at the difference in the sides and the color. See how more washed out this is and cleaner? This has got a lot more dirt and speckling in it. This is white, and you can see the color trying to come up in here and meet. We run high white spiders a lot of the time, so you still get some white on the killer bees, but it's a lot different than what this is. And then the head, you can see the head pattern versus the head pattern there. Totally different. So bumblebee versus killer bee, that's how we made the identification that this is in fact a killer bee, which again
She's
is
in
a
here.
pastel spider. Watch out, kitty. I know. All right. So, hopefully you guys are interested. I love killer bees. the first project I ever wanted to make was a Killer Bee, other than the Xanthic stuff, which also was Bumblebee, Zebra Bee, Xanthic, and all of that. But the first project that we were going to achieve was going to be Killer Bees, and that was Electra. I showed you back in 2015. We originally were going to set the price here at, we originally said $175. We decided that was too high, so we're going to actually lower that. And the price, and of course this is for a shipped animal, is going to be $150 for this Killer Bee shipped to your door anywhere in the continental 48. So that's it, and it is now for sale. So the first person to make a claim, just write sold on there.
Fantastic balls.
Fantastic balls, already wrote sold. Okay, here you go, Fantastic Balls. The email address for that PayPal is going to be, I'm going to start a timer, right? Let me get the timer going, so we'll be fair. You always have 5 minutes. That's what we do. So there it is, 5 minutes. You email that to Matt Gambrell, MattGambrel, at hotmail.com. That's the PayPal address. And just send 50% down, and it is yours. And the timer is going to start now, Fantastic Balls. So go ahead and send that our way. If you have an internet problem, make sure to let us know.
It'd be $75.
$75, right? I'm going to put him back. Where did he go? 180403. And while we wait on that,
Someone said they didn't hear the price.
the price was 100, and what did we say, Kurt?
50.
150 shipped to your door. That's right. 150 shipped, which is, basically means you're paying $100 or a little less for a Killer Bee, which, in our line of Killer Bees, the way they hold color, definitely worth it. I want to show you a couple things we have marked for a quarantine cage, which means we have to disinfect. So I put big old signs on there, before and after. This is what I was eating Chinese food with. We don't have a big rack for quarantine. So
Email, please, again.
It's Matt Gambrel, MattGambrel, at hotmail.com. That's the email to send the PayPal to. So snake number 1, this was the one that had the teaser pick. This is what's going to push Kurt's projects way farther in advance. And that is a spider clown. And then this one's in shed. But this was sold to us as a Killer Bee clown. Now it's not nearly as blush
Killer
as the one
Bee
we
het.
showed. Killer Bee het clown, correct. Thanks for correcting me, it is a het. But you can see that color coming up through, it's a telltale sign. And also when it sheds how light that head's going to be another telltale sign. So we'll use this to make pastels and spider clowns. I'll put that back in there since it's in shed. And then we'll use this, of course, to make all visual clowns, including spider clowns and red door clown male. We hope to have this ready to go next season. It may take us 2, we'll see. That other one is pretty much ready to go, so we'll have clowns coming to you next season. I'm really excited about that. I know Kurt is too. One thing, we keep this far away as we can from others, and then anytime we handle them or place them anywhere, just to be on the safe side, we're going to disinfect. They're from a reputable person. I'm not worried about that really, but it's just one of those
Someone
things.
asked how many more snakes are going to be for sale today.
Today?
Yeah.
Or when?
Today.
Today is just one. On these Patreon specials, it is just the one on the super special. However, we are going to be filming the rest of that clutch. here
Fantastic
soon.
says, can you check your payment?
Yeah. Says I have an email. Boom! Says we got money. So Fantastic Balls came in with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to spare. You got it taken care of. It is all yours. Now, what somebody had asked, we're going to sell you more today. On these specials, it's typically one snake or to be a package all at one time on these flash sales. That being said, we're filming because I'm going on vacation. One of the things that we're going to film, okay, is going to be the Clutch update videos, which means they'll be available to Patreon only on pre-sale. So Clutches 4 and 5, which is what this was just from, are coming to you here very soon. Of course, minus that one. I already priced everything out, and the Killer Bees normally, because we have a couple others that we will be posting for sale. We did the odds really well on that. Would normally be $225 plus shipping. So you're looking at, and this is why we did the reverse auction. I was afraid if we did reverse auction, it would sell for higher than that, which you're thinking, dude, isn't that good? That means you make more money. And yeah, that's good. And we'll still do reverse auction because they're fun, but I also want to make sure that sometimes they're really cheap because you guys deserve that. So, typically you'd be looking at about $225 plus shipping. So you're looking at like $275, and we just did this one for like $150, right? Wasn't it? Yeah. So you're looking at almost half off. So pretty cool, I thought. Anyway, any questions before we go from anybody?
Uh, Fantastic wants to see the snake again. And
Absolutely.
then someone asked, Jeremy Barnum asked, Matt, when will you be here again?
Oh, yes, that's right. Jeremy. And I need to update everybody on that too. I meant to do a video, I just haven't had time. Jeremy is the gentleman who purchased a couple normals from us, and I'll be driving through. We'll get exact times for you on, it'll be, let's see, Sunday. This coming Sunday, I'll be driving through. So, like, literally a week from today. And we'll be able to bring you those two then. He bought two normals from us here through Patreon. And if you remember, one normal had that prolapse. And that was one that he was looking at picking up. And unfortunately, man, you know, I put a lot of work into that little normal. Because I do care about these animals more than just, you know, dollar signs. I brought them into this world in a lot of ways. I didn't lay the eggs myself, so I shouldn't take too much credit, I guess. But you know, I'm choosing the parents, I'm caring for them, and I want them to be successful. I want them to be successful in new homes. I want people to enjoy them. I want them to bring happiness and joy and understanding to the world, and I want them to kind of be a positive thing in people's lives, like they were and are for me. But that little snake, it had a hard urate and hard poop, and you guys saw we bathed it. We did a lot of things for it. And we got some of that out. We ended up having to palpate out some, and it prolapsed pretty severe. And then it kept it moist because the snake was strong. But I used a sugar solution. I actually learned that from Barchek. If you watch, he did a great video on it, and it worked for him. But you know, he also, it's not going to always work, and it won't always do the job. Not everything's meant to survive, unfortunately. And it never could bring the swelling down, and there was some bleeding and some blood, and I think it just kind of done more damage. So I thought about it, and I came to the decision that I couldn't get the swelling down. I couldn't get the prolapse back in, especially being damaged, and expect it to stay. That unfortunately, euthanasia was ending the suffering of that animal was the proper choice. And I contacted Jeremy, and I let him know that was what I decided I needed to do. Fortunately, we had some other normal females, so we were able to make an exchange for him to still get him taken care of. And I'll show you both those two and put this one up really quick. And, you know, so he's still going to get his animals, you know. This is one of them. And you can see this is a little bit bigger. This is from last year. And I was really surprised that the other one had an issue because it was the same size as this one. But usually when you get to this size, you kind of passed all of that. You know? Yeah, that's the one I want. And this is the other one we did the exchange with. So he's going to get one good size one, the one that's a little bit smaller. But that will be them. And we'll be bringing those to you. We'll touch base. We'll be driving right through Springfield, Missouri on our way to Branson for vacation with me, Question Girl, and Grandpa. So you'll get to meet Grandpa. And we'll drop these snakes off for you or meet with you and get that taken care of. So anyway.
Someone asked, are we going to have any ghost or het ghost available?
And I told you that was a little fireball. Did you just see why I said that? Yeah. Come on, little nippy. So I warn you, Jeremy, it's a little fireball. It's just young. Young babies tend to get that way. This is the size they do that on. As far as the het ghost stuff, yes, I hope to. I never count my eggs till they hatch. But one of the 3 clutches that we just had laid was a lesser ghost to a spider, 100% het for lesser and
100 set for
ghost. And why do I keep saying 100% for the lesser gets stuck on my head? So it's a lesser ghost bred to a spider, 100% het for ghost, and exanthic het for true ghost. So that clutch just dropped, and we've got those eggs cooking. And then we also have a possibility of a true ghost clutch coming. I'm really hopeful. Today I checked her, and she's showing some signs of looking good. So, woo! Easy, angry. Why are we all so angry today? Let's not bite Dad. He don't like that. Yeah, don't bite me. And you can kind of just see she's starting to kind of get that chunky look right there. She is still eating, but I'm hoping she's working towards building towards an ovulation. We'll see. If she does go, it's going to be a late clutch.
Someone asked, what morph is she?
Good question.
She's a normal.
She is 100% het for true ghost, so het for lesser. Het for Ghost. That's just stuck in the head today. Het for Ghost and Het for Exantic. She came out very, 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 very dark. We don't know why she came out so dark. Her brother came out the same way. That's not her brother. That's not her brother. Where's her brother? He's over here.
Should be in the
somewhere.
middle row, kind of in the middle.
Here he is. And he is a spider. Also 100% for true growth, but he has the very, very dark sides. Really strange looking. And so kind of reverse. You usually see white sides. You don't see it turning dark down through there. But,
Someone asked if we still have Trouser.
Of course we still have Trouser. Trouser's going to be breeding those clowns. That's his job. Wouldn't get rid of a trouser snake. What self-respecting man would get rid of his trouser snake? I mean, when you got a one-eyed trouser snake as glorious as this, I think you have to keep it, right? Be proud of it. Show off that big old one-eyed trouser snake. So yeah, he's still doing good. He's actually so large, I got to wondering if he was missexed when we bought him and maybe he was a she. I double-checked, and this is actually a male. He weighs in at 2,900 grams. So I'll be honest, we're gonna move him to a female tub because he doesn't fit an adult male tub. So he's gonna take up one of our girls' spots for a while because he's just so damn big.
Someone asked about pieds. They're still in incubator.
They're still incubating. They haven't been opened yet. The last clutch we opened was Black Pastel Banana.
And someone asked about them too.
Yeah, they're doing good. And somebody went back, 'cause I mean, I think saw it come like, man, these look like they're kind of early, although they shouldn't be. Well, I have shitty handwriting. It's been a problem my entire life. And apparently my shitty handwriting caused that to be misread, and we did cut those way too early. This is why I only cut a small flap. They don't need a huge opening, and they're still all doing great. It's just taking them forever to come out the egg because we weren't, like it said 4th, and I think it should have said
Like the 11th or something.
like I think even past that. I think I was bringing a line that looked like it made 4, and it's supposed to be like a 1, like I don't remember how far. But if you can look back and find the video when they were laid, that's what somebody did. And so yeah, we were a little early on that one, our bad, but they're all still doing good. You know, I check them every other day. You know, now they're getting close, we'll start checking them daily. And they're all still alive, they're still fine, they're growing, they're developing. You just have a little window you can look in. And if you watch horror stories on YouTube or things, you're like, oh, you'll get maggots in there, you'll get this. We don't have any of that. Nothing's discolored. The only thing that's a little bit discolored is the flap we cut. That's going to be the egg, of course. It's not getting fed by anything. But the rest of the egg is good. There's no mold. There's no issues. We can go look at them if y'all want to. All those kind of pointless because it's story there, but I'll show them to you. You'll see when we get
Someone was wanting to see 180101.
180101? Probably the guy that bought it, right?
Yep.
Tell you what, this is a snake I really dig. 180101 is doing good. And then we'll probably have to get off of here. Now, this little snake was the smallest born one, and of all of our babies this year so far. And it also did not have its first shed. Like, it just didn't do it. Most of them shed in a week. This one didn't. I said, screw that, not doing it. It has now had 4 meals. Now, it's still small because it was born small, but it has had its first shed now. It just waited like till it would normally be the second shed. I need to get a new scale. But we'll put this on the scale, and it's still, like I say, kind of tiny because it started life kind of tiny, but it's definitely getting there. It's eating like a beast, and I think the color on this one is extremely nice. Like, I'll show you what I mean. This is 180104. This is a nice old Mojave too. But there's just something, you know, about those ones that seem to shed late. I've had that happen a few times. Give you a little more water on them there. You can just see it ended up being just this really nice colored one, like just really high contrast, really nice blacks. Probably, I know these are all sold now, so probably make somebody upset. This is probably my favorite one. Is this little one? You know, I always have a soft spot for the first baby, and I always have a soft spot too for little ones that seem to need a little more care. So maybe that's part of it. But it's coming along great. It's gonna get there. There's my water jug. And I'm not concerned with it at all anymore like I was early on. You're going to try to bite me too. They get cranky when they get to this little teenage size. Don't bite the water dish. There you go. So, no big
Rick Stewart asked, do you mind if he steals your numbering system?
No, Rick, I stole it. I'd like to say I you know, invented the wheel. What happened was, when I was pretty new, I bought Pandora. and I bought her from John Dog, and it came with a serial number. I thought, damn, that's pretty smart, pretty cool. And so then I just kind of revamped it to fit my needs, and you're more than welcome to use the same numbering system or revamp it to fit your needs, whatever you want. I mean, I didn't patent it. Go ahead. I think everybody should probably number them somehow and track them. You know, I mean, I can look back and tell you my exact hatch rates, which mamas did this. That's all coming back to that numbering system. So definitely, please, please, please do. All right, if there's one last question, if there's anything, then we're going to hop off of here. We still got some more film work to do so we can get those other clutches out to you the next couple weeks.
Someone asked about where is the new clown babies?
We don't have any babies. I showed them to you when we were filming. They're actually in here. If you look, they're here. They're away from any other snakes. We got a gap around them, and they're marked with 2 big red X's to remind that we need to disinfect before and after. The reason for that is, and I know someone's like, oh, they should be in a quarantine rack in a separate room. That'd be great, but we don't have a quarantine rack. So no matter what I did, one was going to end up being in here this way. I have one cage I could use for a snake that size, or a house I can use for babies. I can set up a quarantine babies, because usually that's what we're buying is babies. So I knew we were going to quarantine them in here. So what we did is we placed them where there was nothing else with a gap. We treated them just in case, like we would treat any new snake, and we give them a base mite treatment and all that. Not because we saw mites, we didn't see anything, nothing appeared to be out of the ordinary, but just what we always do. So we did that. And then they're marked with the big red X, because that reminds me, before I open that tub, instead of anything, Germ-X, clean up myself, do whatever I need to do with them, put them back, Germ-X again. And if you notice, we showed them here, and we put them on the table, it was the first thing I did afterwards. I put them back, I Germ-X myself again, and I Germ-X the table. So it's all a matter of just keeping it sterile. Is that a little bit more risky than if I could put them in a separate room? Sure. Which is a separate room more risky than a separate facility? Sure. At some point, you just gotta do what's reasonable and take the most precautions you can, which is exactly what we're trying to do. Although I don't anticipate any problems out of them, but I never do. And if something looked hinky, on one of them, we would have probably done it different, but they absolutely don't. All right, let's go ahead and get off of here, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. You're going to be seeing Clutches 4 and Clutches 5 come up for Patreon pre-sale here in the very near future. We're going to film that today, actually, and I'll be in contact with you even while I'm on vacation, because I actually never stop working as those videos hit. So, I will see you guys again really soon. See you next week.